What's good, everybody? RJ Shelton here back with another episode of Plain and Simple. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Let's go ahead and get into it here. You already know what we do. Packers obviously played this past weekend. They went ahead and faced the Vikings. We all know this game meant nothing, but there were good things to see in this game from a defensive standpoint, and also, I would say, from an offensive line standpoint. Obviously, for the offensive line, there are some guys that are getting moved around. I think Tom was at left tackle, which I don't know what his PPF was, but it was good to kind of see him out there to maybe see next year if he can go ahead and possibly play there. But it's good to see guys rotate from the offensive line standpoint. But that was kind of really the only thing. I mean, we only scored 3 points. I felt bad for Toon just due to the circumstances. We already knew we were going to go ahead and get in, be the 7th seed, and obviously go ahead and face the Bears, but we'll get in that after we move over to the defensive side. We did go ahead and see Trayvon Diggs go ahead and get in the game and get a couple snaps. He did have the highest rating of that game for corners at 82.1. Terrell had a huge game, first start, 5 tackles, 1 sack. We got to see Mr. Colin Oliver get in there. I believe that he had a couple, I think it was 2 quarterback hurry-ups, but you saw that his presence, I felt, was on the field, being able to go ahead and kind of rush the quarterback a little bit. I was very pleased with those 3's performance, and I definitely think that they are going to be a big piece of this, this run for the playoffs. We all know what we're going ahead and getting into with this Bears team. We know that they're a good team. We beat them 21-20 at home. We should have beat them again in that overtime in Soldier Field. Now this is where it's for all the marbles. This is another huge game, not only for the players, but for the coaches. This is an extremely important game here for Matt LaFleur if he wants to go ahead and be with the Green Bay Packers. And it's another big game as well for Jeff Hafley if he wants to go and get a head coaching job somewhere. I'm not saying that he's leaving, but there's speculation that he can definitely go be a head coach somewhere. And you saw all the coaches this past week and they got fired. There was one from the Atlanta that got fired. Shockingly, the Cincinnati Bengals, their head coach is staying. But what I'm getting at is that there's going to be talks of what's going to be going on at the head coaching position for the teams that have expectations. And we have expectations. We should be able to go ahead, go into Soldier Field, take care of business, and get ready for the next opponent. Because we've seen with these 2 games, obviously we won the one at home, but the second one we basically did it to ourselves. So this game here is going to be no different as we played these guys this year, the past 2 games. Go ahead and make timely plays on both ends of the football. Jordan Love's going to have to go ahead and be how he's been the entire year and more. Guys got to go ahead and win their one-on-one battles on the outside. O-line's got to go ahead and get the run game established early. Or if it's where we are, when we played Dallas in Jordan Love's first year in the playoffs in the wildcard game, where we're going where he's throwing 40 attempts and he's completing 85 to 90%. I'm cool with that as well. But Matt LaFleur needs to go ahead and have a game plan to where he is aggressive immediately. We have nothing to lose. There's no right or wrong of you going ahead and calling play action first play. There's no rhyme or reason for you to go ahead in the first drive, you throw the football all the way down the field. Or there's no problem with moving the chains with Josh Jacobs. But there needs to be a plan on the offensive end of what we're going to do and rock and roll. Because I like our guys 100% better than I do the Bears. I think we're talented from top to bottom. There's just really no comparison to the type of players that we have that can even come, or the Bears can even come close to. We got the quarterback. We got the wide receivers. We got the corners. We got the D-line still without even Micah Parsons being in there. We got the linebackers. It's really hard for me not to sit here and say that we can't go ahead and take care of the Bears. Because I think we can. Jeff Hafley, like I said earlier, this is a very big game. Bring the pressure. I don't care if we play zone on the back end. You saw what Trayvon Diggs, a very good addition of what he can do to go ahead and have one side of the field locked down. I expect him to start in this game. I think his ceiling is higher than Valentine's and Keyshawn Nixon's. Way higher. Get creative. Not on the back end. Keep the back end simple. Let guys go ahead and get to their spots. And when they want to go ahead and react and jump on the football, let them do it. But when we go ahead and get into that interior and we get to the linebackers and we get to our DNs, bring the house. Stop the run, bring the house, and guys are going to have to make plays. This is going to be a D-line, O-line game. We know this from the jump. This game is not hard. We've seen this way too many times as a Packer fan to where our D-line needs to go ahead and be assertive and be on the plus end of making plays. Rashawn Gary, can we please get something from you? If we get 85% of Rashawn Gary, we will go ahead and possibly win, if not win, by 2 scores, if not 3. If we get Lucas Van Ness to be at that, if we get both of them to go ahead and play at an extremely high level, and our D tackles to play mediocre, there is no rhyme or reason why we don't win this game. But Jeff Hafley has to get creative on third downs. He has to be creative on each down to where we go ahead and get pressure on Caleb Williams. You know what that offense does. They go ahead to set the run up, but then it's hard play action. And when they get into that play action game in the beginning, because you know that's what they're going to do, they're going to come out in 3 tight ends or 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and they're going to line up an I formation, and they're going to run the football to see if you're ready to go ahead and start this game. And go look at the 2 games. It's not hard. That's what they literally did in the beginning of the drive. We have got to get it to where Caleb Williams is in shotgun, and he has to make decisions with the football. And if we get him in those positions, that's where we have to pin our ears back when they're in shotgun, because we all know what he likes to do. Yes, he's a very good scrambler, but if we can keep contained, because that's another really big thing, make sure that the D tackles are going ahead and keeping their right shoulder. If you are a left D tackle, left D end, keeping your left shoulder free. And if you have a shot on them, get them, make the play. That's the same side on the other side. Keep your outside shoulder free, because he's going to scramble out. He doesn't climb up in the pocket. He rolls left, he rolls right. If anyone's going to go ahead and get to him, we have got to get after Caleb Williams. Like I said, there's nothing to lose here. Nothing on the defensive end. Come out assertive. Do what you need to do to go ahead and win this game, because it's easy. You come out and do your job. You've basically went ahead and got your percentages higher for winning that game. Yes, there's going to be ebb and flow. There's going to be back and forth, this and that. How are you going to respond? Are you going to go ahead when you're on your own 10-yard line? You're going to go ahead and have a sustaining drive to go ahead and get points. In the beginning of the game, boom, big turnover. We need 7. Yeah, we know this Packer team. We like to just go ahead and leave points out there, but we can't do that, especially right now. There's a lot riding on this game. I can't wait to go ahead and watch this here Saturday at 7 on Amazon Prime, which is a little crazy that we're watching on there, but let's go ahead and get this done, man. I'm excited to see what my team is made out of. Can't wait. Let's move on over here to Milwaukee Bucks. Before the new year here, they went ahead and lost to the Wizards, 114-113. But then we have rattled off 2 wins, beating the Hornets and beating the Kings. We go ahead and face the Warriors, Lakers, and Nuggets to go ahead and close out this week and weekend. As of right now, we are 11th in the Eastern Conference. 2-game win streak as of now, as I just said, recent. We're in a good spot. You know, there's a lot of speculation saying that we need to go ahead and look for other players to go ahead and come and play on this team. I really like what we have, and I don't think that we need to go ahead and really go searching for any player as of right now. And I really think for the next couple years, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ryan Rollins, Miles Turner, Kyle Kuzma, Kevin Porter Jr., Bobby Portis, AJ Green, Prince when he comes back, Gary Harris, Gary Trent Jr., Jackson Jr., I think this core of guys that we have, and when you see it, and I got to go ahead and see it against the Wizards, we have two very good guards that really don't get a lot of recognition, and that's Kevin Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins. Those two guys are very good at what they do. Rollins can score at any night, give you 50, 60, and that's the same thing with Porter Jr. So we all know that guard play is extremely important in the NBA, and we have that. And we have the best player in the world, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and we have a lot of great pieces around him that can go ahead and put the ball in the basket from the three-point position. And we all know that we live and die at the three-point position, especially here in Milwaukee. So I think this team that we have is perfect to go ahead and make some noise. And everyone complements each other. Like, I just feel that everyone on this team, once they go ahead, I'm not saying buy in, but when it comes to a point where you buy in as a team and it's about winning and it's about making sure that we get everyone in the right position to do their thing, you never know what a team can do because you have Giannis Antetokounmpo. You have one of the best players in the NBA, and you're going to get wide open shots. And we have shooters. And we also can go ahead and defend when we need to, but it's the NBA. You just go ahead and get by as of right now. But when it comes time to where, playoffs come and you got to make the push, that's where, defense is going to go ahead and be honed in a little bit. I like what we got. I don't want anyone right now on the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't need nobody. I don't want no big-time trade for someone that had conversation that they want Giannis as well, or we got to get rid of Ryan Rollins or Kevin Porter Jr., or we got to get rid of AJ Green, or we got to get rid of Bobby Portis. This team is a Milwaukee Bucks team, and we are good with what we got. Those 3 games, hopefully go 2-1 or sweep. We cannot be on the under 500 on that. We cannot be anywhere near that right now because it's starting to get to that time where we got to start creeping up in that top 8 position to go ahead and get a seed, if not play in. And if we do, I'm still cool. But check those games out. They're playing well right now. And last but not least here, our men's college basketball teams. Wisconsin, they went ahead before the new year, beat Milwaukee 80-60. Then they went ahead and faced number 5 Purdue, lost 89-73. Kind of a butt whooping right there, but they do face UCLA, Michigan this week and weekend. Hopefully they can go ahead and turn that around. As of right now, they are, on the bottom half here of conference here in the Big Ten, 9-5 overall, but 1-2 in conference. Hopefully they go ahead and get that taken care of, this month to where they can go ahead and creep up in that top 10, take baby steps to go ahead and get, where they need to be. Still a good ball club. I think they're still going to finish high in the Big Ten. There's a lot of games right now where you're seeing teams that are good, but at the same time, there could have been some situations where, guys weren't hitting shots, guys weren't going ahead and making the right plays at the right time. You know how basketball goes. And then last but not least here, our Marquette Golden Eagles here. They've been in a tough little stretch here. December wasn't nice for them, basically going 0-4. They lost to Georgetown, lost to Creighton, lost to Seton Hall, lost to UConn. See if we can go ahead and turn it around here. They got Xavier. And then this weekend they got Villanova. So they're another team. Last right now in the, let me see, what conference is this here? I believe it's the Big East. Could be wrong. Maybe wrong. I don't know if I'm wrong. But I think it's still the Big East. I don't know. You know how these conferences switch all the time. But last right now in the conference, they're 5-10 overall, 0-4 away. They're on a 6-game losing streak. Hopefully we can switch that around, but there's nothing wrong with rebuild. You go through it. The biggest thing is there are guys going ahead and playing at a high level and buying in and coming in and putting the work. That's the biggest thing. So with that, people, you guys have a wonderful week. If you listen to it during the week, if in the weekend, hopefully you listen to this before the game start. But we appreciate you as usual. We'll see you sooner rather than later. Peace out, everybody.